Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa and I'm the owner of Lollipop Box Club, and today I thought I would give you a bit of a tour around my planner desk. This is more my creative desk. I have two desks in my studio. One is under the window. It's not pretty, it's just three computer screens. I've got my Mac and I've got my PC with two monitors, and I keep my large A5 flat planner and my big desk planner as well, and I've got my pens and that. But this is my favourite desk that I'm showing you around today. This is where when I sit there, although I'm still working, it feels more relaxing because it's more creative working, it's planning. I've got my scrapbooking area here as well, which I will show you. And I do actually feel like I'm taking a break from work. I don't sit at this desk enough. I've just given it a bit of a clean, and I'm wishing that rather than a stepping device, which is what I use my desk too much for, to reach those baskets above, I wish I did actually work at my desk more. So I think I'm actually going to try and do that actually. I'm going to show you around though and show you how it functions for me. So this is the desk here. It's an IKEA desk. A friend of mine moved over to Boston and was selling a load of her IKEA furniture, so I bought the drawers. I've got two, I've got one set of drawers and one kind of like shelf unit next to it on the other side, and the top is separate. I love this because it's so nice and wide. It gives me so much working space, which I really love. Another reason why I should use it more often. And it's also got the little shelf here above, which is fixed in place. Like I said, it's a lovely solid white desk with loads and loads of working space. Now, my main reason for using this desk, it's where I do my planning. This is an A5, no it's not, it's a personal size Webster's Pages planner, and this is my social media planning, where I sit and do all my social media planning. I've also then got my smaller planners at the back here. Some of them are more kind of, I've got like a planner that I use in the summer months for planning. I've got this one, for example, my yellow planner is where I do all my finance planning. I've got another one where I do like Christmas planning, the navy blue one. And then I've also got, just sometimes I switch them up a little bit. So it's nice to have a bit of choice. This particular planner here, it's a Kiki K planner. I bought it in the sale in Guildford last year, and oh look, I did start to use it. I was going to say I haven't actually used it, and I don't know what to use it for. I love it so much though. No, see, I was going to say trip planning, but then I've got another planner, an A5 planner, but I love this one for social media planning. I need to know what to use this for. Give me some ideas please. What can I use my cute little A5 planner for, because I'm stumped, but I love it so much. One of those things though, when you see in the sale half price, you've just got to get. I've got a few bits and pieces here. My lovely friend Lisa bought this for my birthday this year, a coaster. And then I've got this little tray here. I think it's obviously for tea parties and things. My mum bought it me, and I just keep it for clips and binder clips. These are some of my favourite pens to use. I bought this from Geraldine Jane's Etsy shop. It's supposed to go on my planner, but I love it so much, and I love that colour contrast, so I've popped it there. Quite a lot of Cocoa Daisy bits around here. I've got my pen here. I've got a headache and my mind's gone to blank. What do they call them? Pen gems, that's what they call them. And then I've also got quite a lot of Cocoa Daisy artwork around here. So I like to frame a lot of the cards, and I use cheap frames like this one's from Tiger, and I've popped the Cocoa Daisy journal card in there. And I've got this one there as well. Home is where we are together. I love a trinket tray. I bought this one in Target for $1 in the dollar spot. My hubby bought this for me. More Cocoa Daisy artwork. More Cocoa Daisy artwork, more Cocoa Daisy artwork. I've got quite a lot of artwork in my studio that friends have made and gifted to me. My lovely friend Denise made this canvas for me, a little mini canvas, which I love. She said that's both of us on there. She's so sweet. My twine. I've got this here, this little wooden shelf. Christine, the owner of Cocoa Daisy, gifted me this as a Christmas gift years and years ago. And I've used it to home some little wooden stamps. I've been using some actually, so I've got some missing at the moment, but that's where I keep some random wooden stamps. I love this tape dispenser. It's Cloud. It's really rubbish though. It doesn't pull very well, but it looks cute. That's from Tiger. Then above the desk here, this sort of starts to get to the more practical stuff. I've got this shelf here with baskets. I've got punches. I've got my tape gun, which I use all the time. I need to go through these. I've got so much stuff that I no longer use. I do use a lot of the punches still. I got this craft drill years ago. I think it came free with a magazine subscription. It's covered in double-sided tape and things. And I do actually use this. It's just like a handle. That's quite handy. I've got a really old Sizex hammer here and I use this loads. I'm really bad at punching things in the wall. I get impatient when my husband doesn't hang things in the wall, so I end up hammering in with drawing pins and things in myself, and he gets really mad at me, and then they fall out and the plasterboard falls out. But that's what I use that for. I have again here got some artwork from friends. Some of these are from swaps. I really love this kind of thing. And the little glass dish was a charity shop find. And then I keep my big bite in the back here. I don't use that so much these days. And then this section here where I use my desk as my stepping stone. I'm really bad. I do use my chair, my wheelie chair, to climb. And that's where I've got papers, planner sheets and all that, postcards for work for Lollipop Box Club. So they're all stored up there. My chair I got from eBay. It was a cheap find. I wanted something really small. My chair that I sit in most of the time at my other desk is really big and bulky. I'm tiny, so I can really kind of curl up in it. It's not pretty to look at, but I wanted something a bit more dainty. I found this, I think it was about £30. It's really comfy, but it's very small. My husband struggles to fit in it, but it's comfy for me. Then on my desk here, this little mug has a sentimental meaning to it. My son bought it when he was either 5 or 6 in infant school. It was the school fair, and it was what do you call them, Secret Santas, and it was actually my friend and myself that went and organised it, and we used to buy loads and loads of things for the kids. The kids would come with like £1 or £2, buy something for their mums, we'd wrap them up, and then they'd have a surprise for their mum. So Louis chose that for me. So I've always used that as a pen holder on my desk, and then I've just got a selection of pens there. Holly made this we did a painting pottery class. She didn't like it. I thought it was really good, so I've kept that for pencils. She was going to throw it away. A couple of cacti there. Holly and I took an anthropology class and actually made those. They were so cool to make. I'll leave the link below if you'd like to make some yourself. Plaster of Paris and a few yogurt pots, and they were really fun to make. My favourite type of pens, I love these Uniball pens. They are fab. I've got them in lots of different colours and I use them all the time. Another Cocoa Daisy card there on a mini easel. I do like to have quotes and things around. It makes me happy. A great big pot of scissors here, all kinds of shapes and sizes. These ones are my favourites. And then at the back here, we've got oddments, rulers, pens, that kind of thing. We've got ink pads. And then I get asked a lot about these storage baskets. They're kind of like cupcake type things. I bought them from Cargo years and years and years ago. Unfortunately, Cargo is no longer in business, which is a shame because I used to love that store. There are some kind of similar things. If you look on Amazon, I have looked for people before, but I've never found an exact match. But I keep my ink pads, my larger ones, smaller ones, a few spools of twine, and then over here I've got some smaller punches, and I've got washi tape. I do find having clips and things and pegs, you can actually hang your washi off them, so you can add even more binder clips. That's what that's all about. And then down here, Again, I do love a little tray, and I keep some die cuts and things there when I'm scrapbooking. I do like to have the little trays with bits and pieces in. I find it really easy then to scrapbook, just having pieces at hand. A few areas in my studio, I've added these little hooks to the bottom of shelves, and these little plastic, they were actually Easter baskets I bought on eBay. And in this one here, this is a little sewing basket, and these are pieces that I use all the time. I used to sew an awful lot on scrapbooking. I haven't done so this last year or so, but I've got my paper piercer, I've got a load of thread and needles and a pin cushion, so whenever I'm scrapbooking and I fancy grabbing the needle and thread, everything is there that I need. So then the storage for the desk underneath is a bit messy. Luckily, as I'm small, I don't need loads of space. I've got a couple of work boxes of stock. I keep all my Royal Mail sacks in there, and my double-sided, my bubble wrap. I've also got some boxes of photos. Photos actually all belong to my grandparents, and when they passed away, I said I would take them. I popped them all up in the loft, and people kept asking for copies of various things, so I've ended up leaving them under my desk because it was so much easier. They could actually do it with going back up in the loft. This side here, I've got printer paper at the back, cardstock. I've got a load of frames that I bought, and I have actually got artwork to go in them to go somewhere else. That little pink bag is my sewing kit. I've then got paper bags at the back, and then that's all my larger punches that I keep in there. I love my drawers on this side. The IKEA drawers are so nice and deep. I use these separators that I bought from eBay for £1. I had to pull them out to see what was in that one. I'd forgotten. Loads of paper clips, and these are the pins that I hammer into my wall when I want to hang something up. I use those. Tissues, staples, chalk, bits and pieces. I have loads of these. My dad makes them on his 3D printer, and he gave me loads. Coloured staples. I've got glue dots. I've got Tipp-Ex, more glue dots, double-sided sticky, post-its, pencil sharpeners. My glue is on the other side. I've got stapler, tape. I've got more tape underneath actually. I've got this little thing here, which when you have your address on things, you can roll over, and it covers it all up. Little post-it notes and sticky notes. Then I've also got, I found these and left them there, one of Holly's first pairs of glasses. They're so tiny. And I've got, I don't know why I've got AIDS pairs in there, no idea. Pens, that's all I need to say about this one. Pens, pencils, you name it, it's in here. I do love these baskets, by the way. I've got, no, it's below actually. I bought a few of these. These plastic ones are just cheapy from Wilko, but these ones are really nice. And I bought these in HomeSense for $5.99 each. I've got more tape at the back. I've also got my large Carp DM A5 punch. And this drawer is all about the notebooks. I've got loads of them. I bought a lot of them in Target in the dollar spot. I also have a lot of these with the little clipboards, which I love. You buy them together in the dollar spot in Target for $3. And I use them for things like this. My Saturday morning planning, if I'm doing like a power hour of cleaning, I like to make my own little lists up. Got another one here actually. A little work list that I've made. And another one. Then I've got cleaning schedules and various things. These don't actually belong in here. I bought these in Primark recently, and I just haven't found a home for them or actually opened them up yet, but they were so cute just to walk past and leave. Look at those paper clips, Mickey ones, they're so sweet. And a load more lists and things, either from Dollar Spot in Target, and I have got quite a lot also from HomeSense or TK Maxx. This next one is a load of candles, mostly kind of pumpkin-y candles, just small ones, and tester pots of paint as well, going all the way back. And then lastly, this is kind of an adhesive drawer. I've got double-sided tape, I've got this cute cloud tape, I've got blue tack, tape for my gun, baby wipes, because every crafter needs baby wipes, gun tape, sorry, sticky labels, I've got normal tape, labels, I've got glue. I've also got a lot of these kind of strips, like the 3M hanging kind of strips. I use a lot of like hooks and that in my kitchen cupboards, and sticky pads. And again, I've used those. I do like using baskets to divide things and keep things tidy. It makes such a difference. I tidied this drawer up last year sometimes, and I never ever need to tidy it. To be honest, all of these drawers stay tidy, and it's all down to having these baskets in to divide everything and keep it well organized. On to this next area. This is where I do my scrapbooking, and also where I do any unboxings or anything like this. I set up my tripod over the windowsill, and it hangs over the top. I've got a window here, so I've got good lighting. I also keep glass jars for oddments of ribbon. I've got the mini jars here for buttons, and then I've also got some stones I painted. I use these for confetti, sometimes putting in the kits. More tape, sequins, that kind of thing. I love these little drawers. I bought these from Tiger years and years and years ago, and I use them for things like paper clips, and also for bits and pieces for making charms and odds and ends. There's some book rings in there, so I keep things like that in there. And this is where I stand and do my scrapbooking. I like to stand rather than sit down when I scrap or create. I did really want to replace this. I've had this piece of furniture, and it was only cheap from Argos. I had this when I moved into my studio, which is now about 14 years ago. It's really old. It's so stained with paint, but it's so practical. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I did think about getting another piece of white IKEA. I know it would match, but I hate spending money when I don't need to. I really do. So instead I bought this covering. It's like vinyl wallpaper type thing from eBay for, I think it was £8 something, and I've stuck it on here. It's wipeable, and that works a treat for doing my videos. It's just a nicer background. Underneath, it's completely covered in paint. I hung this thing on here to help me. This is like my packaging supplies type thing. So I've got a load of Royal Mail stuff in here, airmail stickers, bits and pieces that I use for Royal Mail, customs labels, and then I keep my all my tape. Got my long reach stapler, which I use loads. Packaging is all in the back, jiffy bags, plastic bags that I use to send post. These are for my Royal Mail sack. Got my really old Sizzix machine. I don't need this anymore. I had it from a previous business. I used to use it loads, and actually opening this cupboard today, I could actually get rid of it. It's so old, it's really broken. Maybe it's time to say goodbye. I've got Aid always uses, he's the one that tapes up the boxes each month, so he uses a tape gun. I've got Mod Podge, I've got glue, I've got white paint, and like super gluey type things, so they're all in there. And then down here, more packaging, plus I keep a load of paints in here as well. And then my cupboard next door is all my paperwork, school stuff, more sort of like personal stuff is kept in there. So that's my tour of my kind of like planning and scrapbooking desk. I hope you've enjoyed this today. Please leave me a comment below. Let me know, where do you do your scrapbooking? Where do you do your planning? Do you have an allocated desk? And what do you store around your desk area different to me? What do you have that I don't have? Or what do I need? Have I missed something? Let me know, leave a comment below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.